Can you farm 1,000,000 pumpkins in 100 Minecraft days? This is exactly 1,000,000 pumpkins. It's 32 chunks in all directions. This will be the first serious attempt that anybody has ever done to farm pumpkins in 100 days. Farming 1,000,000 pumpkins is also close to 4 times as hard as farming 1,000,000 melons. So I've got to change my strategy around this time. In the past, many people have used these expensive automatic farms that are tedious to create. Recently, a new farm design has been circulated that can theoretically be worth 350 times the value of the old design. But this new farm uses flying machines, which can break pretty easily and might not be functional. This will be the most complicated mega build I've ever constructed and will tie for the most time I've ever spent in one Minecraft world. So I started out in a plains biome. I saw a village quickly and went to get some wood. I made my first stone tools and went to get some food. When I got to the village, I saw 2 lava pools, which means it's going to be super convenient for me to travel to the nether early game. So I gathered one of the village's best resources, the hay bales. This village had so many hay bales and I gathered all of them, because when I went down to the caves, I didn't want to have to come back up because I was out of food. Then I got some beds for the end. This time around, I'm focusing on beating the game first. And when I kill the dragon, I'll have full access to the end cities, which will allow me to get an elytra and other overpowered gear. I lit the portal and we were looking pretty good. I had a full nether portal in less than 10 minutes. I organized my inventory really quick and then I got dirt as building blocks. I saw some pumpkins in the distance and went to go grab a few so I could start my manual farm. So I grabbed a few of them and then went on my first mining trip. I was in a ravine, which meant iron gathering was kind of annoying, but there was a lot of veins visible. I smelted up all my iron, made a shield, and went to go raid the pillager outpost. And now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever gotten anything good from a pillager outpost. But I remembered there was iron golems there, so I killed the golem for some free iron. And I got to the top and I was kind of disappointed. The only thing of value I found was a crossbow. I went back down and found some allays. Yeah, I don't really know what you guys do. It's been over a year and I still don't really know what their purpose is. He ended up just carrying my bread around. Find me this. Is he gonna just follow me forever now? I don't really want him to do that. I killed the last golem for some iron, then went back to my nether portal. I left the stuff I didn't need and then went to go find the fortress. To prepare for these 100 days, I did some speedrunning. So if you press F3 and look at the entities thing, the first number next to E tells you how many entities you're looking at. You can use this to locate fortresses and bastions, because if there's a spike in those numbers, that means there's probably a structure in that direction. But there was nothing there. I gathered some quartz and then went to go search for the fortress. I made sure I had full iron before I went to the nether so I didn't die immediately. A death in the nether like this would set me back so far, so I had to be extra careful. I was not going to risk speed ridging. Then I got some ender pearls for later. I went to a warped forest to farm endermen. In the middle of nowhere, I found the fortress. Oh, let's go. Is that the spawner? Or what's happening? A bunch of blazes blocked me in, but I made sure I had full health before I started fighting. Oh, 2 diamonds. I'll take it. I found 2 diamonds immediately and then 2 more diamonds a couple minutes later. I ended up just running around and killing all the blazes I found because I couldn't really find the spawner. I had 10 blaze powder and I figured that was enough. So I went back to my portal. And on my way, I found some bones. Yeah, that's how long I've been in the nether, okay? But I can go to the end right now, pretty much. But I finally got back. I crafted all my eyes and threw one, and it broke. Oh. So I took everything I needed and headed in the direction of the eye. And after going across an entire ocean, my eye finally went backwards. I couldn't see it from the surface, so I dug down. I wasted a lot of time digging. It took me like 20 minutes, but I finally found a cave. And in the cave, there was the stronghold. While looking for the main room, I found a library with pretty good enchantments. For enchanting after. Okay, mending, 100% gonna need that. I definitely needed mending if I wanted to max out my axe, or if I wanted to use my elytra more than twice. Paling, fortune 3, that is awesome. I found mending, fortune, and efficiency 3. And after searching for a while, I finally found the main room. It had 0 eyes. So I started making a portal as fast as possible and hoped that I would have another fortress relatively close. Please give me another fortress right here. Okay, he gave me the worst thing I could possibly get. That might be a fortress. No, it's not. I thought I saw something in the distance, so I turned my FOV up. When you turn your FOV up in Minecraft and turn to the side, some of the fog actually disappears. I used this tactic to confirm it was another fortress. I'm so lucky. I'm actually so lucky. That's actually extremely lucky. I went up there quickly and found a spawner really quick. Yes, 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 yes. And I went back with plenty of blaze powder. We're going back with 9. I got enough pearls and then I headed back. So I'm going back with 6 pearls. That should be enough. I quickly got back with everything I needed. Time to fight the Ender Dragon. So I lit the portal and jumped in. I quickly realized that I forgot every single bed I collected. I'm dumb. Killing the Ender Dragon would now take 10 times longer. I started to kill him with my axe and shot at the end crystals. There we go. I ran out of arrows, so I had to climb up using blocks. I kept hitting him with my axe, but he just kept healing to full health. And then I almost died to an end crystal multiple times. Oh my god, that was supposed to kill me. I'm so lucky that I didn't get flung in the air, but the dragon flew straight through me. Oh my god, oh my god. It took a while, but eventually I beat the game. Alright, we beat the game. End generation, man. Please give me good end generation. Over here. I went through the portal and found an end city relatively quickly. Oh, that's an end city. I used an ender pearl to get over to another island, and it was almost really bad. Okay. Oh my god. I quickly found out that the shulkers are really annoying to fight. What is happening? This is the difficult one. Oh my god. If I didn't have a shield here, I definitely would have died. I found some really good stuff in the chest. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Beetroot seeds, let's go. In the same render distance of the other one, I found another end city. Oh, there's another one. I'm going there. I went up it with water and didn't find anything. It was empty. After running for a little bit, I saw an end ship way in the distance. Oh, it's an end ship. I stacked up to the ship and used the levitation to get me onto it. Alright, that's good. Give me my elytra. I got the elytra and I got a pretty decent diamond sword. That's pretty good too. The end cities have almost given me full diamond. So I made my way back to the portal and went back in. And I almost died going through the portal. Oh my god. So I went back to the overworld and found a lot of diamonds on my way back to the surface. I did get mending. When I got home, it was day 12. It seemed like I was on a pretty good pace. I beat the game with 90% of the time left. I immediately started making my low-budget iron farm. It's the same one I used in the melon challenge and it works perfectly. The only things you really need to build this farm is a village and a lava bucket. And it produces a lot of iron, probably more than 2 stacks an hour. I just finished it and it already gave me 20 iron. Then I went to go get some wood for level 30 enchants and to build a slime farm. I already had the books I would need for enchants, I just needed the wood. So I got a couple stacks and made the bookshelves. I made an anvil and attached Fortune 3 to a brand new diamond pickaxe. I went on a fast mining trip and got all the ores I would need in bulk. And it looked like I was set to make the slime farm. So before I left, I made a very basic manual farm to get my pumpkin count up. On my way to the swamp biome I saw a rune portal. Oh my god, that's probably something useful. I found an enchanted golden apple. That is really not the luck I need. I also needed some bamboo, so I went to the jungle to get some. But while trying to find bamboo, a creeper murders me and steals all of my levels. It took me a while, but I ran around everywhere and finally found my stuff. But I had pretty much no levels. I crafted up all the slabs I would need and went back to the swamp biome. It was day 20 when I got to the swamp biome and started building. This farm design was basically 2 platforms and some scaffolding. I built it pretty quickly and it was working perfectly. So to get the farm working, I sat at the top. This meant the only chunks loaded in were part of the slime farm. After sitting there for the night, I realized I had enough to build the first pumpkin farm. So I went back and got all the other little resources I needed and started building.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Each unit was fairly complicated, but pretty easy to build with a reference. And soon enough, the first one was working.
Look at that. Oh no.
Yeah, I forgot minecarts have gravity. I finally got the first one working, and I used jack-o'-lanterns to light up the seeds. During the night, if the seeds aren't getting any light, they're not going to grow, and they're not going to produce any pumpkins, which is a problem. So I used jack-o'-lanterns to light them up during the night, and these jack-o'-lanterns are one of the few blocks that are not picked up by slime blocks. But I needed some more quartz for the second farm, so I went back to the nether.
Thank you.
It was much easier this time with Fortune 3. I easily got 4 times the amount I got in the first trip. I quickly made the second one, and I was already getting faster at building these. I quickly found a new problem with this design though. Mobs could walk onto the dirt and destroy the farm. If you don't know, minecarts can be pushed by any entity, including zombies and other mobs. So bumping into the farm could easily disrupt it. And it was just a terrible experience trying to fix this farm. But shortly after, it turned to daytime and I started working on the third farm. These farms were getting easier and easier to build, because now they required less space to me to bridge over the water. As soon as I was done, I started to make an improved collection system. It used pistons to activate the flying machines. And all the pistons were connected to a hopper clock that went on and off every 30 seconds. Anytime either hopper had 0 items, the pulse was reversed. This allowed the flying machine to empty out all of the pumpkins that had gathered so they weren't backing up. This gave them plenty of time to empty out all their pumpkins, because they had gotten really backed up. By now, the farms were working much better. I had around 2 full double chests, but I was out of resources, so I had to go gather more. While looking for some redstone, I found a couple of invisible spiders. I still don't know how that works. Every time I went to go get redstone, I would always get more diamonds.
Diamonds, please don't give them to me. Bro, I don't want diamonds.
And when I wasn't looking, a creeper snuck up on me again.
What?
I went back and luckily got my stuff, but I lost all my levels again. I swear the creepers have no footsteps. I also needed more slime, so I went back to the farm.
Nice, we're here.
I waited at the top and sheared pumpkins so I could make jack-o'-lanterns.
That's great, that is awesome. What is bro doing?
And then I saw a sheep on a very steep mountain. You know what I gotta do.
It's day 47. Not really where I want to be right now.
I started making the next one, and I was already seeing some flaws with my strategy. Having to build over a body of water was very time consuming, and choosing just the plains biome would probably be better. And I started making trenches so the mobs couldn't come on the farm. This seemed like a perfect solution for the mobs breaking the farm. The trenches were working perfectly.
Cool.
And at the moment, all of the pumpkins were funneling into one chest system, and it was getting filled up. So I dug down and expanded it. So it was day 50. I was halfway through with only a couple farms done. I had a long way to go. And halfway through, I only had 1,500 pumpkins.
That's worrying. I have more dirt than pumpkins.
So I went to go check my iron farm. It was doing pretty alright.
That's ridiculous.
I gotta figure out where I'm building my next one. I saw a free spot on a hill that was perfect for the farm, and I started digging it out. And then I continued to add on to my previous line of farms. I kept building until I completely ran out of resources. And at some point, I was swarmed by an army of zombies.
That's like
I had multiple stacks of iron blocks. I would never need more iron again. After running out of resources, I went to the nether and made a fast XP farm using zombified piglets. I built a safe bunker, and whenever I hit them, they would all fall into the hole. I needed more XP for a lot of things. I needed an efficiency 3 shovel, I needed efficiency 5 axe, and I needed level 30 for all of these. It was working pretty well, and then no more piglins showed up. They were all spawning way too far away, so the farm didn't really work. I found a flying machine that was broken. It had just completely stopped. Luckily, a quick fix is to just press a button on a piston, but sometimes it can break in a certain way and you have to completely rebuild it. But this was the first time it happened, so it didn't seem like much of a problem. And my chest got all filled up again, so I expanded it further, but this time I expanded it horizontally. And I repaired my sword and only 1 diamond was worth the levels. The problem with hoppers is I didn't have enough wood. Iron for me was never a problem. I was running out of time and resources, so I went back on a full moon. During full moons, sometimes there could be double the amount of slime. So that was huge, and now immediately I could build 3 more flying machines. I was running out of space to build the farms, and I was also worried about the farms being out of my render distance. So I turned up my render distance and used some logic. All of the edges of my render distance are supposed to be the same distance away from the player. So basically mirroring my main line of farms has to work, because both sides of my render distance have to be equal. Using this logic, I mapped out the area and started building. I went back and got a couple more slime blocks, and that was enough to build another farm. So I added on a new flying machine on this new side of farms. But by then, I was experiencing a lot of lag. So I placed composters on top of as many hoppers as I could. I did this because hoppers are always looking for items to pick up, and their detection system causes lag. But if you put a composter above them, they're only looking in that one item slot, which reduces the lag. I went back to the slime farm, but no slimes were spawning. I got 4 blocks.
Not even close to enough.
That's not even half of what I needed for 1 flying machine. And now, despite of the great collection system, all of the hoppers are now backing up. It was day 95 and I was really lost. I didn't know if I should have went to go get more resources or I should have focused on making manual farms. But I figured there wasn't enough time to make more automatic farms. By the time all the seeds were grown, it would be past day 100. So I started making manual farms as fast as I could. I had plenty of seeds to make these manual farms, it was just a time game now. It was day 96 and the manual farm wasn't even grown. My manual farming wasn't looking that good at all.
Alright, it's day 97. These are really not growing too fast.
So I built a second layer hoping that all the seeds would grow up before day 100. And so many of my hoppers were backed up with 5 stacks of pumpkins in them.
Oh my god.
I started placing chests next to my hopper chains so I can empty the ones that were backing up. And they were filling up very fast.
Why is there a cat here?
At this point, there was no fixing the hopper situation. I was just being a human hopper. And I kept breaking all the pumpkins I could see until day 100. Not yet, not yet. Day 99 still. It is still day 99.
How is it still day 90? There we go, day 100. All right.
And before counting, I had 6,000 pumpkins.
So I've still picked up more dirt than I have pumpkins, which is sad.
But I hadn't picked up any of the pumpkins from the automatic farms, and my pumpkin count wasn't accounting for them yet.
So I started counting.
I counted up all the chests, all the hopper mine carts, and all the hoppers.
And the final count is